navigating the maze of organization learning needs and expectations. For this session, I would like to invite Mr. Gautam Gupta, founder and CEO of Skillsizzle Global LLP. Mr. Gautam Gupta has an overall 32 years of experience with relevant experience of 17 years in the areas of education, learning and development, corporate training, and L&D. He has the competency to analyze the entire spectrum of pre-training analysis and design, delivery of training to post-training assessment, and action planning for medium to large organizations. So, ladies and gentlemen, can we please welcome Mr. Gautam Gupta on the dais with a round of applause.
Okay, good afternoon, Bangalore. I hope you had a great, I know you guys, I'm holding you on for lunch, but I know. But this is the best time, because you will probably just give me that 20 minutes and then you run. So good that we will have slight delay and we are getting the best attention of all of you. So my name is Gautam Gupta and I am the founder and CEO of Skillsizzle Global. I'm still getting the hang of it. We're just 2 months old, right? Okay. I spent about 35 years in the corporate world, about 30 years in the learning and development space. I've been in kind of all the tools. And today I'm going to talk about not my company. By the way, just to share with you, today is our official launch of Skillsizzle Global, right? So thank you so much. Yeah, so Bangalore has always been very close to me. Just before when the IT boom started in the late 90s and early 2000s, I was in Bangalore working here. In fact, my son was born in Bangalore. So he still considers Bangalore as his hometown, though he's not come back since he left when he was 3. But yeah, Bangalore is very close, so what better opportunity, because this is the next phase of my professional life. After working for others, let me work for myself now. So that's what Skillsizzle Global is all about. Of course, we are there in the booth there, and to know more about our services and solutions, please more than welcome to come and join us there. And some brochures have been kept in your kits also for you to understand more about us. But today it's not about Skillsizzle Global, it's about what are the various challenges which CHROs and the CLOs are, and especially it's a maze out there, right? Since morning we have been talking about various talent acquisition stuff, we're talking about learning and development, various tools. How do I navigate this entire maze, right? And in my last 20-25 years, it has been a maze then, and it has become more complicated maze because there's so much out there as far as information is concerned, right? So how do I, as a CHRO, as a CLO, navigate this so that my organization, my enterprise is able to get the best out? So that's what I'm going to focus on, right? So some of the landscape which we have, right? We're talking about 3 parts: the technology, especially in India, technology, uptake, technology application, the demographics of our country, right? And when I say demographic, it is about the cultural demographics. We have multiple Indias in one India, right? That's a big challenge. We have people coming from the tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 cities, having aspirations, coming to metros and joining organizations like yours, right? Then we have people, then of course we looked at the DEI part. Today, women leadership has become a huge part. Organizations are not just filling up the percentage of women managers, but they're actually wanting women at the board level, right? So that's the kind of demographic and diversity we are dealing with. And of course, today we are really a truly global organizations, right? Indian organizations are going abroad and setting up setups, and we have people from all cultures, European, Americans, Africans, Asians joining our organization, right? People are coming to India to join your organization, right? Multinationals are coming to India and getting them here. So we are dealing with these 3 things: technology, demographics, and globalization is what we are dealing with. Now, how do I start navigating within this? So I'll leave a certain thoughts to you. Maybe some of this you already are aware, but I'll leave some thoughts on how do we navigate this, right? So first of all, it's about identifying learning needs and gaps. Now, I couldn't make this into a visual, but I just thought I'll just share with you this perfect triangle which we are dealing with, right? Anybody can tell me what's a perfect triangle? Come on guys, maths, simple arithmetic. All the angles are Equal, correct? That's the perfect triangle. Yeah. So I'm talking about the perfect triangle where I have the business goals and objectives on one angle, I have the learner goals on one angle, and I have the L&D goals on one angle, right? And all three need to talk to each other. Today what we are dealing with many organizations is that probably the learner is engaging with the L&D goal, but it is not in sync with the business goal, right? The business goals are in sync with the learner, but not in sync with the L&D goals. And L&D goals are not in sync with both of them. Sometimes, sorry guys, but sometimes that happens. So that's what we need to have, a continuous process where all these three goals are talking to each other in a very integrated manner. And that's what is the biggest maze we have to solve. So, how do I look at the identify learning needs and gaps is one where we look at performance reviews, we look at employee surveys, skill gap analysis, and of course the industry trends. Now here is a kind of, I've tried to put an integrated approach to the entire maze of what we call as learning strategies for the CLOs and CHROs. So number one is the need assessment, which is the business goal. Once you know that, then we look at the learning objectives for each of the functions, which goes to the overall business objective. It's like a triangle. Business objective, functional objectives going towards that. Then of course, once you know the objectives, you build the learning content, whether it is instructor-led or blended or online or customized, right? We build the content. Then of course, the delivery methods. Today, learners want to learn in different ways. So I choose appropriate delivery methods such as instructor-led, online or blended. And then of course, I link it all up with the evaluation, right? So going back to my triangle, business goal connects with the learner goals, connects with the L&D goals, and all three talk to each other, right? That is the biggest maze we have to solve. When all three start talking to each other in an integrated manner, all your learning assets are talking in the same language as the organization objective. Today, I see a lot of, we go by what we call as the flavor of the season. And we bring that on and we feel that will have adoption. But adoption will not happen unless it's an integrated approach. So that is what is something which we need to look at. Yeah. Of course, technology has become a big thing. We need to crack this puzzle, and the rate of technology is again increasing day by day. So LMS platforms, mobile learning, the virtual reality part, and of course, the elephant in the house. Yeah? What is the elephant in the house? AI, yes. Yeah, so AI is the elephant in the house. Now, is it a threat? I would not agree to it. I think it's a complement. As someone said, AI will not replace people, AI will only make us more valuable. Because the mundane jobs will be taken over by the AI bots, and we as executives and managers and CXOs, we will do much more value-added jobs. Yeah, that is the future. I heard a lot about culture in the last couple of hours. So we need to have a culture of continuous learning. Unfortunately, many organizations are struggling with a push mechanism. How many of us agree that learning and development is a push mechanism in organizations still? I can see a lot of hands. Yeah? I think that's something which happens because learning is still not a culture. It has to come from the CXO level. If it doesn't come from the CXO level, then it will always be you guys struggling to get those nominations, getting those, all the libraries you have bought, the adoption is at 10%. Yeah? Because the culture is not there. So how will culture happen? When I have recognition rewards, I give learning opportunities at all levels, I have peer-to-peer learning happening, and of course I have a feedback culture. That will enable the learning culture. And of course, I need to have the ROI. I need to be able to measure. Now, we as learning and development organizations have always shied away from this, right? You talk to us about ROI and we run a marathon away, right? But then I think that's again the elephant in the house, where we need to look at the measurements at all levels. Measurements can be derived for every learning initiative, all the learning assets, you need to have an ROI for that. That can be divided from employee satisfaction, knowledge retention, performance improvement, and of course an ROI, where every training I have done will be able to give you an ROI. And there are mechanics and mechanisms to give you an ROI on all that. Yeah? So it has to lead to that. As I said, it's a top-down and a bottom-up approach. Business goals lead to learning needs, lead to learning programs, lead to performance improvement, and repeat.
I don't know what is on this.
Right? It's a cyclical thing.
That's the reason
It has to be a cyclical thing. That's how it will happen. Yeah?
Download it.
Okay, this is, I'll skip this one. I'll go to this last part. This is what a lot of us are struggling with, right? Where we have to overcome resistance to organizational learning, where lack of time, we have to realize that yes, they have a day job to do. Learning and development is not the only thing they have to do. So how do I design within the organization structure to cater to people's lack of time? I need to be able to sensitive to that. Then I need to allocate resources. It has to be a lack of resources which are important. I must allocate. If you're not going to put the money on in front of you, then what's the point? It's just lip talk. I need to have people and organizations putting money on the table for learning. That's when the culture will happen, right? And of course, lack of motivation, because a lot of learning is ad hoc, not integrated, doesn't tell me what's in it for me. How do I use it for my growth in the organization? So that is where the motivation is lacking. I need to create engaging and relevant learning content at my pace, at the time I want, and relevant to my growth. And lastly, of course, there's a fear of change, Gen AI, again the elephant in the house. And will I lose my job? I'm sure you're hearing all kind of horror stories going on. But then, it is not going to make them lose their job. What will make them lose their job is if they do not reskill themselves and upskill themselves. And you guys are the guys who are going to be leading that. Yeah, so I will leave these thoughts with all of you. And by the way, you notice something at the corner of this slide? Please, sorry. Did somebody notice something in the corner of the slide? Yes. How many of you know Gamma? Okay, 2, 3 hands. Oh, then I think we have a lot there's a lot of business out here. What I'm saying is, Gamma is the AI tool I use to create this presentation, right? I used ChatGPT to make me a script, which took me 15 minutes, and I used Gamma to make the entire visuals with the fonts, with the alignment, with the color scheme in 15 minutes. Yeah? So I took 30 minutes for a presentation which normally would take me at least 3 hours. Do you all agree? Yeah. So that's about me. I have 2 more speakers with me. So Skillsizzle is all about a holistic learning experience for an organization. So I have Siji Verghese with me, who will join me to talk about one of our marquee products, which is the Leaders in Lipstick. I don't have to tell you what does that mean. So Siji, all yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. You know, CHRO Conference Awards is the only place where I find more or less equal number of women and the men population. When I go for a CIO or a CTO, I just have one table which has women. The rest of all the places are occupied by the men. So welcome once again here, and we're going to be talking about Skillsizzle and Leaders in Lipstick. This is a boutique program that we have wherein we are looking at, did you know that the mid-managers of women representation is around 25%? And how much is at the CEO level? Any clue at the senior level? Just 4%, which means there's a dip of 21%. And we are looking at how to get this 21% there representing in the boardrooms. Why? Because we are looking at diversity and inclusion. Why? Because we are looking at a diverse leadership asset pool. Why? Because we are looking at perspectives which is more holistic, right? We are looking at something which is more gender neutral and a fair organization. So keeping that in mind, Leaders in Lipstick is a program that we have, which is like a journey program for cohorts for 6 months, majorly focusing on leading self, leading organizations, leading others, and also strategic acumen and action-centered leadership for the women. So it's a 6-month, it's something which is a blended format, which is virtual, hybrid, in person. You can always come and have a look at the Skillsizzle booth for more information. A little about me. Hi, I'm Siji Verghese. 1,000 workshops with 85,000 participants in the last 14 years. I have 27 years of corporate experience. I'm a student of ROI with Dr. Jack Phillips and been on the TED platform thrice. Leaders in Lipstick is a very very close to my space because I've been there and I know how it feels to be one of the aspiring, inspiring women role models for the next generation to come in. So with that, I'm going to hand over the mic to Kishore.
Yeah, thank you, Siji. And I think I'm very proud of this particular course on Leaders in Lipstick. What an apt name and what a powerful name, right? So please do visit us. Our last session is in the elephant of the house. Generative AI, not just AI, right? So we're going to talk about generative AI, and I have one of the country's senior most expert. Where are you? Oh, here he is. Yeah, Kishore is here with us, and he's going to take a quick run through of this, and we have a surprise at the end. So please don't go away. There's a nice surprise, but you'll only get that at the booth. Okay? Yes, Kishore.
I thought Gautam will say that he took 2 whole days or a week to prepare the presentation and give it to you. But he gave away that he has prepared it in 15 minutes because he was taught AI from us. And that was a secret you gave away. So friends, how many of you use AI or aware of AI? Great. When we come to AI, people think that there is a robot, there is an operation machine, or there is a place where everything is done by automated machines. But friends, imagine a world where your team spends 80% of your time on strategy decisions instead of doing the mundane task. How will you feel? Would you like to have it? Sure? Today, you see babies, they are born with internet. The children, small kids, they say that, yes, I use internet. Why? I was walking through my apartment on the below. There was a garden and the children were playing. A mother came in and asked that, son, you have to do your homework. Yes, ma'am, yes, mama, I have done it. How did you do it? I took the help of ChatGPT and it wrote the essay for me. This is what? That's the reason we say children are acquainted to AI, internet and AI. They are using it much better than us. Machines are learning from us. Whatever we use, we walk, we talk, we discuss, that machines AI is learning. Then humans, they're hooked. Earlier in 2000, we used to have a look of when the auditorium was there, the people used to watch it. And from since morning, I am seeing that people are clicking the slides. So this is a change. This is AI. When everything is changing in the world, why shouldn't we change? Why shouldn't we go ahead? We shouldn't be left out. We can use AI for research. We can use AI for process improvement, company practices, and definitely driving the business goals, right? Whenever we go for a training in AI, the first thing we promise that, friends, when you start using AI, you will be saving 50% of your time. We promise it and we give much more than that. There was a company in software where they told that, sir, Kishore, we have saved 80% of the time. This is what it has gone up to. But minimum 50% we say. Like as I told, in presentation preparing, it was for 2 days, 3 days, or even hours it used to take. But in 15 minutes, the presentation can be prepared. Once we start using AI, we will be definitely reducing the cost. We will be reclaiming our time, which can be used for we will say reduce errors. Friends, I am saying reduce errors. I am not saying zero errors. Because whenever you log into any AI tool, it will state, like when you log into ChatGPT, it will state that ChatGPT can make mistakes, check important information. So please don't believe blindly on AI. Check information what is derived from AI. Give your expertise because it's you who has to present it. And whenever next time when you present it, see that you remove the made with Gamma logo from it so that you own it, right? And multiply your efficiency. AI can not only be used in one department, it can be used across all the departments, whether it is HR, marketing, sales, IT. And these are the places where it can be used. In HR, you can do for the recruitment, you can do for the exit interviews, for finance, you can go for the email response management. and also for other department, whether it is CXO or legal. Now, as we told that is AI is over here to embrace us or it is here to disrupt us. How many of you feel that it is here to embrace us? It is a companion, it is an assistant to us. How many of you feel? And who feels that it is here to disrupt us? Because Gautam told that it is here to take away our job. Is it so? How many of you feel it is here to take away our job? Hardly anyone. Yes, none of the AI tool will replace you, but the people who know AI better than you, yes, he will be replacing you. This is what is the key which you have to carry. So you have to upskill yourself, learn new tools, and be ready for the future. What AI can do? AI can do text to text, AI can do text to image, AI can do text to voice, text to video, text to PPT, and even you can chat with PDFs with the help of AI. ChatGPT, which was launched in October 30th October 2022, and in 2 months, it crossed 100 million users in just 2 months. Right? ChatGPT, people say it is there, only it's a drop in the ocean, and it's a vast ocean for AI. You can come to our platform where I have prepared some prompts for you. You can collect the prompts. It's for 17 departments and 2 prompts as a takeaway gift from us. Thank you.
Okay, that was the freebie. What we have done is
It was
for
fast.
17 functions and 2 prompts. By the way, how many of you know that a good prompt, how many dollars per prompt do people charge? Any idea? Come on guys. Bangalore, I'm sure you must be knowing.
At least $20 per prompt if it is a proper
I
prompt.
will just give a 50% discount, $10 per prompt, right? So today, because we are launching here, we are glad to be here, and this is our global launch. So what we are doing is we are giving away about 17 functions into 34 prompts we are giving away. Please come to our booth, and more than happy if you leave your details, you scan a QR code, and all those 34 prompts are yours. Now, how does it make your life better? You can distribute them to your functional people, and I'm sure all of them will benefit. This is just the tip of the iceberg. When you work with us, when you get more training from our side, more than happy to then possibly have a more detailed discussion on our entire suite of training, which is instructor-led training, creating digital content, Gen AI, women leadership, and of course, we also have other services. More than happy to host you in our booth. Please come across, and we can have more detailed discussion. Thank you so much, and we are honored here amongst the top CHROs of Bangalore, and we look forward to working with many of you in the near future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gautam Gupta and team Skillsizzle. Now I would like to call upon Karuna Kasuba on the dais. So can we please invite Ms. Karuna on the dais to felicitate the Skillsizzle team?